What I Learned in Honors English 9 by OlyviaBobay. The most important thing I learned in Honors English 9 is that the correct use of vocabulary and grammar make up the effectiveness of writing and speaking the English language. Vocabulary is essential throughout your whole entire life. Knowing more vocabulary will help you to extend your understanding of any book you are reading throughout your life. If I had known words like affliction or entailment from To Kill a Mockingbird or Dane or approbation from Anthem, I would have been able to further understand what I was reading and the meaning that the author was trying to convey. Knowing the definition of a word, approbation, which means official approval or sanction, helps me to understand what the author is talking about in that particular scene or what she's trying to describe in that section of the novel. And with that knowledge of that vocabulary word, you can write sentences like, the man received approbation to develop the new device. I would have not known how to use that or even what it meant if I had not been in Honors English 9. Through the knowledge of grammar, I know how to pick apart this sentence from things fall apart and to find the word parts. I know how to classify them, which also helps with writing your own papers. Now, it's a little easier to identify words like district commissioner as compound nouns or a concourse compound also as compound nouns, or something like the as an adjective. That's something that is not too hard to do. But when it's time to find things like the subject of the sentence, which in this case, one of the subjects is commissioner, which is the idea of the sentence, and it needs a predicate to make a complete sentence that makes sense. You need to know your knowledge of grammar that you learn in English to understand why that is. With my own work, such as a doll's house essay, I know how to write and use words to make sentences that sound sophisticated and are grammatically correct. Knowing vocabulary from Honors English 9 will help you when you're reading other books later. You'll come across a word that you may not have known, and then you remember that you learned the definition, and then you recognize it as you're reading it, and it helps you to better understand what the author is trying to say in this message because you understand the word, so then you can understand that message. Vocabulary and grammar helps you with things like writing and presenting speeches, reading and constructing presentations, papers, and other things. The things like vocab and grammar I learned in English is going to be very beneficial to anyone later in life, regardless of what they're doing. You may not use the Pythagorean theorem every day, but you do have to speak and most likely write something every day, so it is definitely a life skill. From A Doll's House, Anthem, and To Kill a Mockingbird, and Things Fall Apart, there are so many examples to support that knowledge of vocabulary and grammar help you throughout your life.